We have to grow it. I know it's going to be hard and tough and difficult, but at the same time, it is working on characteristics. And this is the process of being rooted. This journey, this process, you're being rooted. Your character is being built upon. God is preparing you for what He has planned for you. And if you don't go through the process properly, and you get blessed with what God has for you, you could easily misuse it, mishandle it. If He opens the door for you that you're not ready for, you could close it, knowing that that's what God wanted for you. He plants us deep because He wants our roots to be strong. He plants you deep because He's trying to prepare you for what He has. Joel, can you put up the image? This is a seed cycle. And just looking at when he's about to show it, it's a seed going through its cycle of being planted, and it's going to grow into a plant. Well, while he brings it up, during this process, sometimes we give up because we lose track of God. During this process, because it's lonely and it hurts and it pains, we end up uprooting ourselves early. Instead of sticking through the process, for one day the hope is that we're going to surface into a plant or into a tree that's going to bear fruit. But because of how life and how difficult it could be sometimes and how lonely it could be, and we're under pressure, we tend to uproot ourselves, and this is what the enemy wants. He wants us to give up in the midst of the process. He wants us to be in the holding pattern. So one day we will never ever see the promised land. And listen, I get it, life is tough. But we have to understand where our source comes from and where our strength comes from. And it's not materialistic things or things of this world. It is Jesus Christ Himself. And if He planted you, He's going to make sure He sees it through. If He planted you, that means you have a destiny. And as long as you're still breathing, you have things to accomplish. You still have the strength in you to endure what you're going through. Because one day after you get through it, you're going to make it to the other side and look back and say, wow, look what the Lord has done for me. Somebody's going to come up healthier, stronger, wiser, more successful. You're going to start coming up with the promise of God. You're going to be transformed at the end of this process. Well, if they get the image up, that would be good. But in closing,